Billionaires Row, Manhattan is very expensive. I mean, it's called Billionaires Row. In the name itself, it pretty much screams money, but you already have a Billionaires Row landlord facing foreclosure at a massive, very pricey office tower. And you do see right here, 24 West 57th Street. This is not your typical everyday condo or skyscraper. This is a very expensive building too. And by far, many people will pretty much pay millions and millions of dollars to buy a property like this. I mean, if you guys think California real estate is hard to sell and California's real estate is expensive, wait till you see Manhattan's. These prices are absolutely sky high. And look at this. This is a high-end building and one of the best locations, and I don't even see anything bad about this building, right? It's very nice. It's very boutique-like. The front retail store is 100% never going to be vacant because everyone wants to get one of these buildings. And look at all these skyscrapers. This is 11157th Street, 157 right there, all hyper expensive buildings that can't be sold recently. So if you look at Billionaires Row landlord, the whole entire building is basically going to be gone, right? Very soon because office vacancies are going through the roof. Now, if this was a residential real estate property, he could have easily just rented this out, but we're literally talking about offices, and any rich tenant will much rather rent expensive office towers that are very new, very tall, very glassy than smaller and older buildings like these. If you check out Billionaires Row, the properties here are crazy. Like if you want the hyper luxurious ones, like the Park Avenue one, 4,000 square feet puts you back almost $30 million. If you also look at other units like this one Central Park South is penthouse, beautiful with park views and an incredible balcony. We're looking at $70 million for 10,000 square feet. Now, if you're a little bit broke like me, I guess you could try to cop something like this, which is a pretty old building, not really incredible views, but 1,300 square feet will set you back 2.2 mil. And also the HOA and fees are extremely high. They're not cheap at all. Like 2 G's of property tax per month. Look into this article by Curb.com. On Billionaires Row, 23% of sponsored units remain unsold, according to an analysis by a property appraisal firm. And that's not counting all the people who's looking to offload the ones they previously bought, which pretty much makes the percentage of these trophy apartments seeking buyers closer to 50%. And if you look at the commercial side, it's even worse. In fact, most people who have money will rather buy a very expensive condo for residential use than to spend a bunch of money to buy a office building with one retail space on the bottom. And with the collapse of WeWork, it's sending ripples and shockwaves to the real estate industry in the United States, especially in the commercial sector and the retail sector. So Billionaires Row, this isn't going to be the first case, right? Rates are still very high. In fact, the feds have also decided to slow down rates. They're not cutting it as fast as before. So we're going to be seeing a lot of these buildings on Billionaires Row facing foreclosure just like this landlord. Now, can it be saved? Maybe, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Let me show you how bad and how down bad some of these guys who's trying to sell. If you look at some of the more luxurious units, so anything built in 2015 and above, look at all these units that people are trying to offload. These are all super expensive buildings. And if you go from prices low to high, you're paying basically, $1.2 million for a 550 square foot building. And this is not coming with a balcony or anything else. This is what it looks like. I mean, the building itself looks luxurious. It's super high end, but are people really paying 1.2 mil for 500 square feet? I mean, you ask me. I think paying prices that are this crazy are going to be very rare. Not a lot of people are saying yes to this. I mean, 700 square feet, right? You're paying $2 million for this. And this is why a lot of these units are very empty. Nobody wants to come to Billionaires Row. And what's really worse about this is the Manhattan vacancy levels are 20%. And it's not just that, but it's 20% plus people are still building skyscrapers. It makes no sense. Look at this. 5 enormous office towers currently under construction in Manhattan. You got this crazy huge one. You got another massive one, an even bigger one, the Spire, and double skyscrapers right here in Hudson Yards. And then the super big, luxurious JP Morgan Chase building. These are going to be adding on millions of square footage of space into Manhattan. So these smaller landlords and Billionaires Row who have offices, it's 100% impossible to sell. Look at all that competition, right? So let's see what happens. Where we're seeing a wave and massive string of foreclosures, which is really freaking out the real estate market right now. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment below and see you later.